Hey folks, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, I am Julianne Hoore, the bearded bombshell of the Scottish drag scene. Today we're going to be reviewing episode 5 of RuPaul's Drag Race season 13 and the bag ball. Now, I did already record this episode in my general birch recreation look. If you want to check that in full, make sure to go check it out on my Instagram at Julianne Hoore. But to be honest, I feel I have more to say on it, so I'm more happy to refilm this episode with kind of some updated thoughts. I rewatched the runways. And yeah, we've got lots to talk about. 36 looks actually. So the girls had to do 3 looks. The first look was a mixed bag, it was called, in which the queens had to present a runway based on a pun which had bag in the name. We'll get to some of those examples. If you didn't quite catch that, it'll make sense in a moment. Next up, second, was their money bag look. It's a boss bitch look. Basically, a lot of the girls thought of this as executive realness, and there's a lot to talk about there as well. And last, our third look had to be a look that they had to make entirely out of bags. So what we'll do this episode is we'll go queen by queen instead of category by category. We'll go a lot faster because there's so many looks to go through as well. We might kind of speed round it a little and then kind of spend longer on the looks that have a lot to talk about. And first up we have is Denali. Now Denali, her mixed bag look was airbag, and she took that to the extent of crash test dummy, and the look was really phenomenal. I love the silhouette that she gave it, changed up the look, made it very draggy in the silhouette for sure, and I love the little goggles that she had. I don't know what to call those, like kind of warning kind of dummy little things, but they looked great. She looked great, and I thought that was a total gag. Next was her money bag boss bitch look, in which she kind of did a Cruella de Vil meets Miranda Priestley, and I really actually love this look. I would love this look for myself, and I think she really styled it quite well. I particularly love the peak shoulders, and then the colours that she did with it worked really well, and it's a total gag. And then last up is we have her designed bag look, in which she goes for the sugar skull aesthetic. Obviously her Mexican heritage, so we love showing off your heritage on the stage, and I think she did it quite well. I like the crystals as the makeup. It wasn't kind of traditional what we know as sugar skull makeup, and then the silhouette of the dress was really interesting. It made me think of Demna Fasalia's first Balenciaga runway with the suits that curved in and shaped out. Yeah, very beautiful. The pieces going over her I didn't quite love. I didn't think it really added much to the look, but nevertheless I'm still gagged. Second in was Joey J, who is unfortunately our eliminated queen this week, and I don't even know what to say about their Ivy bag look. You know, I liked the idea of the Ivy bag, but then obviously why was Ivy there? She explains it in her Watch Your Packing a little bit better why the runway conversation with Carson Kressley was a bit unusual. I'm not going to get into that. I like the idea of it and it kind of being a brand panty set, but I wish kind of the makeup kind of was a bit more vampy and sexy to go with it perhaps. But nevertheless, I thought it was a gag. Next was her boss bitch look, and I love a stoned jacket. I've got one of my own, I've like basically encrusted, but this look for Drag Race, it's just too basic. It's not enough. Do not love this one, and unfortunately girl, it's a hag. And last up is we have the look that she made herself out of bags, and this was garbage. It was literally, it seemed very tacked on, not really thought and considered of what she was doing. The polka dots just made it all very messy and hard to really concentrate on what the pieces individually were. So yeah, I did not like this. It's a hag girl. Next up is Lala Ree, and her mixed bag look was bag of bones, and I actually liked the concept of this, but the execution of it was awful. Like, it literally should have just been thrown in the garbage. I agree with Carson Kressley, and the bones could have been used to create a pattern. It could have used to be shaped, like she could have put hands on the bust, you know, like, and then maybe added like a rib cage and like add some intrigue to it. And then the bag at the bottom, I wish it wasn't just a bag. I wish it was kind of more of a peplum skirt that had a rope tied around it, so you had bits sticking out and then it flared out. I think that would have been more conceptual and more interesting. So unfortunately, Lala, it's a hag. Next I had is our money bags boss bitch look, and it was cute. I really like the silhouette of it. I like the raft, I like the peplum. It's very cute. I wish she really went with the heritage and kind of went for maybe like an African wax print. To be honest, I don't know where her heritage maybe lies, so I don't want to jump to conclusions either. But I think with the colourful print that she went with, I think she could have gone even bolder. That African wax print known as Ankara is very beautiful and very eye-catching, and Monet Exchange has done some beautiful looks like that as well, and I think she could have done that in a really interesting direction with the theme. So, but nevertheless, I like the silhouette, I do like the colours, and I love the bald look. It's a gag. And last, but most certainly least, wow, this bag look that she designed was horrendous. That is the worst look all season so far, and honestly one of the worst looks probably to go down in Drag Race history. Christ, wow. The only thing I'll really say about it is the bags that she had attached to her. If she just cut them in half, she would have doubled the amount of bags that she had, and was able to execute that idea that the Gottmik and others were saying was quite cute. But wow, that was bad. It's a hag. Haggiest hag. Next queen in is Elliot with 2 T's, and she did for her mixed bag look was a gift bag, and I really thought this was quite cute. I liked the little pleats that adorned the top, showing off her clavicles really well, and then the rope going between her tits. I thought that was a really funny, campy, cute idea, although I wish there was kind of more flexibleness to it, like it was like a chain or something, a thick chain. Whereas that rope seemed like super stiff. Obviously she's scaled it up and she's just gone for an actual rope. But I think chains would have been quite cute and held with the campiness of the look, but it's a total gag. Next in is her boss bitch look, and lots of the girls went for 80s here, and they all did it particularly well. I think it looked great, but it's nothing exceptional. Like, we've seen it before, especially when we're doing executive realness categories. It's just the same stuff. I actually really like the size of her shoulder pads. I love the colour red on her as well. I think it's so beautiful, but it's nothing particularly special, but it's still a gag. And then last was her design challenge bag, and she made 3 pieces out of a bean bag. I don't know if it was 1 bean bag or 2. They never really showed her during the episode, but it looked fantastic. I loved the pattern on that bean bag. She really selected her bag well, given that they always rush to get whatever they want, and she picked really well. That coat looked magnificent. I would love that coat, and then the brand skirt set that she had was really sold the look. I thought it overall very, very beautiful and a gag. Next is Tamisha Iman. She was serving that old bag for her mixed bag look, and the look was a glamorous wee granny, like that, love that, cute, but it was so basic. There's really nothing special to it. That's really hard to be like, oh yeah, that's amazing, just because she threw on a necklace and some jewels. The suit was nice and well fitted, but oof, it's a hag. Next was her boss bitch look, and it kind of is really similar to her old bag look, you know, in terms of it's a suit. I did like the sheer cape that she had on the side. That was quite cute, although I wish it had more stiffness and more drama, like a different fabric perhaps, because then she could have really swished it on the runway and made it a bit more dramatic, a bit more fun, campy, but she didn't do that. So unfortunately for me, that's a hag too. And last is her design challenge look out of bags, and it is really well made. I will definitely give her that, but she totally got lost in using all those fabrics for the one piece and all those bags for the one piece. There was just far too much going on for this look to make any sense. It was I don't get what she was going for, except for maybe just the silhouette. So she had like a silhouette in mind, and she's like, okay, I can use this, I can use that. There's too many different fabrics, all different kind of luminosity, different saturation, different shine to it. There's just so much going on. Ugh, sorry, I'm getting a headache thinking about it. Tamisha, it's a hag. Next up is Symone, and she did fun bags for her mixed bag look, and I can't remember what this was meant to be a reference of. I watched the pit stop and they said it was a reference to something, but I can't quite remember. But nevertheless, you do not need to know the reference for this look because it is hysterical. I love the size of those big balloon tits that she had underneath there, and in the silhouette it made me think of Wendy Williams, like, you know how she's like just a big pair of tits and then she's a stick underneath. It's so funny. I love the look and the hairstyling with it. It was so glamorous, and then she popped the balloons. Comedy gold. Symone, total gag. Next up is her boss bitch look, and to be honest, I like what she did. I do like it. I don't know, I just feel she could have went further. She was going for futurism in drag. I did like the slits down the leg, but she did seem very much like a stick up and down. I will say though, as always, Symone gives great head, as in her hair, her wigs. They're always so stunning. I don't know if she does them herself, I can't remember, or has other people do them, but they're really stunning. And a lot of these drag queens have like a team behind them, and you can tell when like a lot of work has been put into these looks, and honestly, it's a gag. Then lastly is her design challenge look, which of course we've seen in the workroom that she was having some struggles. Despite being a fashion queen and a look queen, she's not a sewer, which I find so surprising. Like, you're presenting yourself as this, but all your looks are made for you. You need to, you know, you're on a drag race, you know you need to know how to sew. Thankfully she turned out, and I kind of do love this kind of beach set. Again, she has the most wonderful wig on top of her head, and I do like the rope detail that she's got going through the skirt to have it attached to her waist. I do like the look. It's giving me beach summer vibes, vintage-esque as well. I'm scared if it comes up to a future design challenge, if they get one and she doesn't know how to make anything, she might get eliminated on the thing that's her strongest quality, her looks. Nevertheless, this week, Symone, you've got a gag. Following her is Olivia Lux, and such a shame that she's went for punching bag as her mixed bag look, considering Symone did that amazing boxer look. I kind of felt for Olivia because I was like, it's not up to the same level of what Symone did. She had so many more great details in her look, and Olivia didn't quite as much. It was like a plain tank top, but nevertheless I did like the details that she did have, and that cape that she had was, or coat, whatever you want to call it, dressing gown, was fantastic. So it's still a gag. Next up was her money bags boss bitch look, and it was cute. It was fairly simple, kind of leaning on that 80s idea of like a power suit as well, and she has this little cape on. What I did like is she had the lining of the cape contrast so vividly, but I wish she kind of took that in a more glamorous direction, kind of gone for like a shimmer fabric, glitter, or sequin underneath, you know, to kind of just jazz up a little bit more. I think that was a lost opportunity there. I do like how her silhouette was kind of like a mix between mask and femme. Like, it wasn't a very well fitted like knit-in suit, but it was given that kind of cape, and then her hair that she had styled with it was giving me that. So it is a gag, but just. And then last was her Amazonian warrior goddess bag look that she made in the workroom herself. I thought it was really stunning and really well put together. I love the little chains that were coming off, the little hoops and stuff. I thought it was really well put together. She picked the bags really well, like all the little greens and the colours that she picked in there. Styled it well with the wig. I thought it was really, really great look. Just a shame that her other looks kind of let her down a little bit. Nevertheless, that look is still a gag. Next up we have is Gottmik serving body bag as her mixed bag look, and wow, I love this look. It makes me think of my anatomy look that I did back in Halloween, but far superior, far superior. I love this look. The fact that her intestines are hanging out and she's like playing with them. I thought this was absolute genius on Gottmik's part. Very clever, very conceptual queen, pulling it out every single week on the runway. I am so obsessed, and I'm totally gagged. Next up was her bitch boss money look, and she took the suit idea and really amped it up to the next level. The way she had it asymmetric with the bra showing, and then that big huge sheer plume. of pleats coming out of the side all the way down the trouser leg was stunning, really creating drama, really creating a unique look. And then the glitter pinstripes going down it as well. Oh, wonderful, just wonderful total look. And she really styled it well and finished off the details with a little crystallized headset that she had on. Genius. This was a gag. Next up was her bag ball look that she made in the workroom, and of course this was stunning as well. It was so editorial, so fashion. Again, I love the asymmetry of it. She really plays with her body shape well. Obviously that piece in the middle is kind of meant to bring the eye in terms of silhouette and kind of cinch her in without cinching. And then all the bags going down her leg. Oh, just genius. The little mullet she had on, very cute. And it's a gag. Next up is a Greenock Gal Rosé, and wow, I love this look as well. Bagpipes for the runway was a great idea, and I love how the pipes themselves are like sticking out. They're not moving, they're not trailing around. She got them stuck pointing out. That was so important, I think, for the look to really be pulled off well, because if they were all flimsy and moving about, I think it would have really ruined the look. But I think it was so stunning. I wish she had a proper sporran on. No, if you don't know what a sporran is, it's a little pouch that you wear at the front of your kilt. Basically works as a pocket, is the main idea of it. It's a very traditional part of menswear in terms of when you're wearing a kilt, you always have sporran on. And what she had on just didn't look like a sporran, like they're normally quite thick, made of leather, and hers just looked like a simple piece of fabric just put on the front to look like a sporran. Yeah, not sure about that, but nevertheless, our Scottish gal got a gag. Next up was her working gal look, giving Bette Midler and Big Business. I do like this in terms of the dragginess of it, like the shape that it's giving with the lines of the thick black and then the polka dot for the rest of it. The hair was great. I love that kind of style. Wish it was like bigger though to really make it camp and drag. And of course, big old shoulder pads in there as well. It's nothing particularly, again, as I said with Elliot, it's nothing that we've not seen before. It's not pushed to the next level, but it's still a gag. And then last but not least was her bag look that she made, giving me Barbarella-esque, space fantasy, the way she moved so that the bags flew out as well. I thought that was really phenomenal. She really thought, how am I going to move in this, and what do I want the drama to be as well, and it was so well executed. She really worked the runway and had so much fun with this look, you can absolutely tell, and it's a gag. Next up we have is Tina Turner, and for her mixed bag look she's doing brown bagging, drinking booze on the streets in her little brown bag, and this look was garbage. Absolute garbage. And that print that she had in the bottom with the bottles attached to it, just, burn it, get rid of it, hag. Next up was an 80s suit that she did, again, like, I love it, I think it's great, I love the shape of it, but we've seen it before. I love Houndstooth as well, did it as part of my Juno Birch look, check it out on Instagram at Julianne Hoore. But I realise at this point I'm just tired of seeing them now, so it's a gag. And then was her design challenge bag look, which when I just saw it I was like, meh. And then when she said she made it out of a beanbag, and I was like, but Elliot made 3 pieces out of her beanbag and you made this simple, boring dress with suspenders. Why? And you're the one that can sew, like, oh god. Just because you can sew doesn't mean you have taste. Calling myself out here, like, yeah, just, no. Meh. Hag. And next up we have is Candy Muse giving a magician's bag. Correct me. Bag of tricks was her pun, obviously giving a magician on the runway, which I thought was really clever. I love this latex piece that she has on. Looks beautiful, very campy, and giving a performance on the runway. I thought that was really clever and elevating the way, oh, what's my pun and how am I going to do it on the show? And that thought really works. And turned the bag into a cape after she's pulled that stick out. I thought it was really beautiful, and it's a gag. Next up was her CEO look, and she was right in calling it CEO, because damn that she is a hoe in this look for sure. I really love this look. I love the little brown panty set, like, but the fact that she took it to the next level with money being her wig. She had that cigar, we'll call it, as a prop, and then she had the money coming off the suspenders as well. I thought she really thought of this look head to toe. I love that shade of pink as well that she was wearing, and it's a gag. And lastly was her design challenge look, and the fact that she was calling out Joy J for their skirt, and Candy wore this down the runway. Good things first, the hair was stunning, and I actually kind of liked the little bralette that she had on. I thought that was kind of cute, but mama, that skirt was garbage. It was awful. What? How did she think she had the right to tell anyone of what their look was like when she came out with that skirt just made of backpacks? Ugh, it's a hag. And last but most certainly not least for the episode is Utica Queen. Her mixed bag look was a doggy bag. I love the hair with this. She really kept it up with a very kind of poodle-esque style, and the outfit that she was wearing kind of was very Parisian-esque. I thought it was very cute, loving it. I do kind of agree that she goes over in terms of character for the runways. She kind of does oversell some looks. You don't always have to be cookie for every look. I mean, I guess that's her personality. That's the way she does it. But she's also a fashion queen, you know, like, so I'm not complaining about her characterization on the runway. I thought the look was absolutely stunning and a total gag. Next up is she does this Chicago meets Carol Burnett for her money bags look, and I thought this was again another stunning look from Utica. I really loved the jewel styling on the top. I thought it was so beautiful, and I did like the bits of tassels, that fringing that she had, but I wish that fringing just sparkled gold as much as the jewellery pieces that she had attached on. I really think that would have just sold the look even better. They were just looking a bit pale in comparison to the rest of it. But nevertheless, Utica is having me gagged this week. And the gaggery continues in her design challenge look. And this sleeping bag couture look was phenomenal. Hands down, it was great. Absolutely love this look. And the fact again that she had so much time to work with such a difficult medium, that sleeping bag fabric would be really difficult to work with, especially with all the stuffing inside there as well, but it's also just generally a very slippy fabric. Oh, I have nightmares about it already. But the look itself was so phenomenal. The shape that she had with the collar made me think of her vampy look, but very different because it was like a hood that came down, and she had the zip details that you could see at the front, and then all that drama with the cape and the dress being like a train. Ah, beautiful. But then when you actually see the fabric, it's very like childish looking fabrics. Oh, I thought it was so brilliant, so good. And Utica had me gagged. And that is all the queens for the episode. What a week. So many looks to go through. It is incredible. I love these ball challenges, but reviewing them, a lot to get through. Gaggiest gag for the mixed bag look, I think, has to go to Symone. I love that fun bags look. For the boss bitch look, it has to go to Gottmik for sure. That beautiful suit was stunning. And then for the design challenge look, which had to make it bags, hands down goes to Utica. That look was amazing. It's so incredibly well done. Well done to all those queens. They are really pulling out looks this season. This week, of course, we're unfortunately saying goodbye to Joy J. I mean, I really wasn't surprised it was going off this early, how the episodes were going. They just really weren't pulling through as well as much to other queens, not as much in terms of personality, in terms of looks, performance. The only thing that I really loved from them was their phenomenon performance. So make sure to go check them out on social media and let me know down below who is your gaggiest gag for the week. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to press that like button down below, subscribe, and ring the bell icon so you get notified every time I upload a brand new video. If you want to check out more of me, including my Juno Birch look that was meant to be in this week, check me out on all social media at Julianne Hoore, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye folks!